Hello. Welcome back to the Tuned In Drop Out channel. My name is Callie. I am here today recording for Yes We Cannabis. So thank you for joining in if that's what you're joining in for. I'm grateful to have you here. And if you're just popping on, hey, thanks for joining. Grateful to have you here. Anyway, I wanted to create a video today. No matter what, last night I felt called to create something for Yes We Cannabis today. And including that, I felt called to kind of do a bit of a rebranding on what my intention is surrounding the project, which includes some visual rebranding. And a lot of it includes some, I will say it's that intentional rebranding of like, how do I want to utilize this space? I've existed within this space for a while. I'm trying to figure out how to utilize it, like where to focus my creative energies within it, and I think I am figuring that out. So I wanted to just come on and post a little something about what I am hoping to see as this space grows. So if you've been with me on this journey for a while, you know that this started as a project where it truly was started with Yes We Cannabis, a journey into medical marijuana. That was the original title of it. And I will say it has been that for me. I started this project with the intention of just kind of like diving into what it means to be and to be within the cannabis community as somebody who utilizes it medicinally, who utilizes it to better my quality of life, and who has been in communities that utilize it in that way. If you know me, you know that I would argue that anybody who utilizes cannabis is using it medicinally because it makes you feel better. And that is called medicinal medicine if it's helping something. And I will say, like, through this process, I've definitely, indeed, it has been a journey, and I am figuring out how I want to show up in this space. I have a lot of feelings about, like, as somebody within the community, like, there are personal expectations that I have of myself of how to show up within the community because there's so much oppression still. And that's why I always say you can't talk politics without, or you can't talk cannabis without talking politics. It's one and the same in many ways, especially in our country. And also, if you are living in our country and aren't living under a rock, you are aware that there is a lot of political unrest happening, and we are in the beginnings of something becoming very intense. And within all this rebranding, within this like intention setting, I am trying to figure out what my place within this revolution as we move forward looks like. And that I'm circling back to the concept of Yes We Cannabis. So I saw it kind of like as an educational outlet, which it will still continue to be because like talking about it is helping educate because like it's still a taboo thing, which is silly. But my intention with this space moving forward is I want to create more of a community space for people who have found cannabis, who might utilize cannabis like me, who are working through similar healing patterns, like who are healing like certain patterns like me. Like I want to create a space where people can come together and feel heard, feel validated, feel seen, perhaps start a conversation, join a conversation. That means that I will be continuing to bring news to people, cannabis news, because that's something I'm really passionate about, because like I am able to channel my activism into this world very easily. And I have, if you do know me as well, you know that I've spent the better part of the last 5 years in particular figuring out where to put my activism, like proactively. And this is a world where like that cup does not run dry, because part of me understands, as somebody who utilizes cannabis for the healing properties, it's also my job then to, go out there and see, it's like, can I share this information with people, and obviously everybody has the opportunity to choose whether or not they are interested in like trying something new for themselves. But like I fully believe that should be an option for people when it comes to preventative health. And that kind of moves on to the next part of what I'm trying to create. A big part of me wanting to create a community for people like me include creating a community for people who are neurodivergent, people who struggle with their mental health, with their nervous system, people who are chronically ill, people who perhaps have to go to different lengths than other people who don't have a compromised nervous system in order to function on a day-to-day basis. Because as somebody who falls into that category of somebody who has to just work extra hard to regulate their nervous system on a daily basis, that can feel so lonesome and isolating. And that can feel like a never-ending uphill battle. And in many ways, like it it is an uphill battle. And never ending, that's more of like a perspective shift. But it's so important to realize, especially when you're in the thick of the healing, that like never ending feels fucking never ending. And if there's one thing cannabis has helped me do within all my healing, within my practice of every part of myself, it has given me the opportunity to allow my body to have a tool that helps like naturally calm my nervous system down. So then I can, when I'm working on my mental health in particular, I can start filtering through the chaos like within who I am and within myself. So my goal is to really start focusing this project in a more communal way where I want to invite people in to the conversations. I want to invite people to be a part of this community, and I want to invite people to feel, if there's some part of you that needs to feel seen or validated within this community, like I want to open the door for that, especially if you relate to anything. If you relate to my story in any way, like that is a community I'm trying to build for you, because I'm trying to build it for myself. So I'm inviting you in. I'm also really trying to reorganize my thoughts and my intentions surrounding like how I want to show up with this project in a big way. Like if I'm showing up in the world, in public, as Yes We Cannabis, how do I want to show up? And that includes like, how do I want to show up within activism? How do I want to show up in the internet sphere? How do I want to show up in political spheres? How do I want to show up in pop culture spheres? So like that will be kind of, I'm anticipating that being an ever evolving thing. But I'm also anticipating that to be something that naturally happens based on the community that is built. So truly within all of this, consider this me throwing out the little beacon, the bat signal, if you will. But it's not a bat. I mean, it can be a bat. Bats fucking rock. But imagine it more of a little, either a weed leaf or maybe even a goose, because I'm big into goose, because geese represent building community. I'm sending up the goose signal saying, hey, if you are looking for a community that utilizes cannabis as a medicine to help build your life with intention and to help heal with intention, this is what I want Yes We Cannabis to become. And it's inherently, I chose the name with intention. It's inherently active. It's an inherent move towards progression. So yeah, if you're looking for a progressive stoner space, that is creative driven, that is nature driven, that is intention driven, that is open to being uncomfortable and growing, this is the space I want to create. Yeah, truly, the word I keep coming back to is the concept of like inner evolution. I think it's important to have spaces that evolve naturally because the community grows, right? That's the whole point. You find your community, you understand what that community needs, you understand where you need to put the energy in order to best serve that community, and you work with intention. And I'm trying to build that community, and in turn, we will figure out what we need to do together. Yeah. So that being said, moving forward, I'm sure you'll see videos. I'll be updating. I'll have videos about like cannabis news. I'll have videos about just like cannabis science, because I'm very interested in that. I would love to start like hosting question and answer like video, or like streams where if you have questions about cannabis, or if you're trying to understand how to start exploring it as a medicine, like bruh, I need to renew my certification because it costs cash money. I don't have that at the moment, but I have been certified as a medical cannabis consultant in the past and has served as one. And that is something that I continue to grow within that field. And just like herbal medicine in general, plant medicine in general. So like, please know that will be included in this. Cannabis medicine is plant medicine. It's one and the same. If God gives it to us. Anyway, so I want to do that. I want to be hosting those. I definitely want to be in a future, in my dream world, I'm creating online spaces for people to be connecting with each other. But again, it's going to be a consistent evolution, but I just felt called to kind of like throw it out there and set that intention. And if that's something you're interested in, please follow along. Tito Tuned and Dropped Out is going to be producing everything that Yes We Cannabis creates, because Tito and Yes We Cannabis are our belief systems are pretty interchangeable. And so please give Tito a follow. You can find all of my socials. The Instagram handle is below if you're interested in following along on Instagram. We also have a YouTube that I'm going to be updating to probably be Yes We Cannabis Project if I can. I'm sure we're going to find out. But no matter what, I'm going to be around. So just like follow along. Uh, yeah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting me. If this is something uh, if you feel that you are interested in, my gratitude knows no bounds. When it comes to cannabis as a medicine, my gratitude knows no bounds. And I feel a deep sense of, what's the word I want to look for? Allegiance is not the word. It's like I feel a deep sense of yeah, it's like a debt. Yeah, it feels there is a debt of gratitude that I have to like Gaia herself for giving it to us, and she's calling to me to say, "Come on, let's build community." So I'm like, "All right, I can build community." So yes, thank you very much for joining me again. I'm Callie with the Yes We Cannabis Project. I'm here on Tuned In, Dropped Out. I hope you have a really great day. We're probably gonna smoke a bowl soon because, brother, if you're paying attention to the news, your nervous system's probably fucking dysregulated too. And you know what helps? Cannabis. Maybe find a strain that is a little higher in like relaxing terpenes like linalool or carafilene, some myrcene if you need to really calm your nervous system down if you're having trouble doing that. We're probably going to be smoking Dolato. That's my request for sure. But yeah, so take care of your bodies. Use the terpene profiles to your advantage. Um, Use all the different forms of it as you can as we move forward because y'all revolution is here. So let's figure out how we want to show up. And if you need me to help you, I want to do so. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you are, whatever timeline you're on, and smoke it if you got it.